Howdy peeps. It's good to be back. So we've got 15 minutes to go until kickoff for the first game this weekend. If you've got a prediction, let me know in the live stream chat. Also vote on the poll that's in the stream chat as well. Let me know your thoughts. I've predicted Leigh to win this one. Hello Alex, hello Anime Dude. Some of the regulars already ready to go. So thanks again for 7,000 subscribers. We got that off the back of the last live stream, and since then we're at 7,156. So that's a hell of a jump. So thank you very much to you guys. So yeah, let me know your predictions. The teams are listed on the screen as well. For Leigh, I'll run through all these teams first, and then we'll do one more time. I'm doing well, Alex. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well as well, sir. But yeah, I'm good. I'm alright, not too bad. Not too bad. It's going to be getting a bit hot in here because I don't have a window open, otherwise you'll hear cars. I don't have the fan on, otherwise you'll hear the fan. So, yeah, it's going to be a hot one. So for the lineups, Leigh have Hodgson, McIntosh, Niu, Hanley, Brand, McNamara and Lamb in the backs. In the forwards they have Offa and Gowie, Ipape, Mulhern, Trout, O'Neill and Liu. And on the bench is Hughes, Tuatavake, Davis and Charnley. And Dwyer is the 18th man. And then on the side of Hull FC, in the backs they have Price, Martin, Litton, Briscoe, Barron, Cust and Caesar. The forwards are SASA, Bora, Knight, Hardacre, Chamberlain and Asiata. On the benches Ashworth, Barnforth, SA and Laidlaw. And Aiden is actually the 18th man, which is interesting to see. Pronouns are penguin. Yeah, I'll try and remember that one. As much as I hate to say, well, my prediction is Leigh 12, FC 26. Okay. When I saw that, I don't even know what's going on with Armstrong at the moment. Obviously, he played during the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. So yeah, I could see FC winning this one. You hope 50-0 to Leigh. You never know. You never know. Declan says Niu to score. Try it anytime. 7-4, not bad. Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. Go for it, Declan. Yeah, no bias. Yeah. It's on, by the way, so if people want to watch it, it's on Sky Sports Plus HD. So it's actually on normal broadcast. It's not on Sky Sports Plus, but it's on Sky Sports Plus HD, which is a normal channel. We've played better without Armstrong. All right, fair enough. Interesting. Very interesting. So again, if you've got your own prediction, let me know and make sure you vote on the poll in the chat. Let me know your thoughts going forwards. Right. I did predict Leigh to win in this game. It was a close one. I think I went 26-22 to Leigh for my prediction, but I've got a feeling it could go the other way. What's this thing about Warrington player leaving? Apparently, the rumour is that Vaughan and Musgrove have had a scrap or something, and Musgrove's on its way out. That's what it sounds like. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but apparently it is. Also, apparently we're looking at Ellie Elzakem from Cass. Okay. But is Musgrove a key player? To me, yeah. I think we are significantly worse up front when we don't have Musgrove. So and I even said in my predictions video, if we don't have Harrison, Vaughan and Musgrove to start against Hull KR, then we have basically no chance of competing through the middle. Because the production we're getting from Philbin and Yates is just not... It hasn't been good enough. It's not effective enough at the moment. I mean, I'm looking at Warrington's Facebook. There's nothing about players leaving. There's no official announcement as of yet. Could do with Leigh winning, keep Hull below Wakey, hopefully extend the gap against Salford. Yeah, got to be fearful of Salford. They're coming for you. Have Charlie to score last try, but can't find a bookie doing that. That could be a good shout as well. Low scoring games is Declan. But no, just cope with it. I don't think it has been announced, mate. I don't think so. Probably just a lot of reporters on Twitter, I think, would have said that, but not the club. I mean, All Out Rugby League, they're usually fairly accurate from what I can recall of information like that. So they could be right, but it I'm not going to say it's 100% until the club says that he's gone. So they might be right, but I don't know for a fact yet. Because they could get some things wrong just because they might sort something out. Like Musgrove might be on his way out and they actually sort something out. You never know. You never know. Morning, it's 6:50 AM, New Zealand time. Well, good to see you, Flo. Flo Lacey, good to see you again. Thanks for showing up this early. It's greatly appreciated. I saw it in Discord, but 2 rumours of KR was bollocks, so Sharks win NRL outright. Sharks could win it outright. They could do. They've shown they can compete with Melbourne Storm. They competed with the Panthers in round 1 in Vegas. I mean, the Panthers haven't been that good this year, but still, on a big stage, they got it done. Or competed with, I mean. There would have been some other ones. They almost beat the Raiders if it wasn't for like a last minute try. So the Sharks are up there. I think top 6 is a minimum for the Sharks, I think. I think that's a good area to look at. I think the Sharks could do it. But they've got to improve a little bit, I think. Evening, Kieran. Good to see you as well. Fair thought it was a given. Be even more interesting tomorrow. It will be. I would imagine Musgrove isn't in the squad then. I think that would be a good indicator. Or at least the 18-man squad, I mean. Let me see if he's in the extended squad. Musgrove is not in the full squad. So, yeah. That kind of explains that. Was George Williams announced? Oh no, that's not so well. I'm thinking the wrong game against KR. Okay, well, Fitzgibbon's announced. That's a start for the big men. I tell you what, I think I would maybe start Crowther in the back row on the right-hand side. Fitzgibbon on the left. I think I'd make Dan Russell a prop forward off the bench. I think he's a big guy who would do a bit more damage as a prop forward off the bench. So that's what I'd do with him. Was Danny Walker there? No, he's not. So that's going to be Powell doing 80 minutes again. Or Crowther coming off as the relief hooker, most likely. Oh, Ben Hartill's there. He's a hooker. So yeah, oh, okay. He might get a go. He might get a go. I'm just seeing something from a Warrington Wolves forum from Matthew Shaw. Musgrove has left Warrington Wolves with immediate effect following an incident with a teammate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. As if we weren't already light in the forwards. That just helps so much. Dolphins drowned the Dogs last night. I saw the scoreline. I've not seen the game back yet, or the highlights. But yeah, I predicted 13 plus for the Dolphins. So that's already wrong. Got Leigh winning 16-10 tonight. Alright. Okay. So, if you're new in here, let me know your predictions for this game. And make sure you vote on the poll that's in the live stream chat as well. After 12 votes, 75% say Leigh is going to win. Come on, Leigh, says Alex. So for games this week, Leigh vs Hull, Huddersfield vs Saints, Warrington vs KR, Cass vs Leeds, Catalans vs Wigan, and Wakefield vs Salford. I will be streaming Castleford vs Leeds from 2:45. Bear with me. 2:15 on Saturday the 24th. So I'll be streaming that one as well. And that's it for the week. I was thinking of doing some NRL games, but in terms of when I'm waking up at the moment, it's not possible. So let's have a look. Win tonight would keep Leigh in third, so they can't move up. But they'd have a 3-point gap to Leeds in fourth. Hull FC, if they win, they would go fifth. So Leigh could only stay third, but keep up with the top two. Hull FC can only move up to fifth. So they're going through the team list, so I will as well. In the backs for Leigh, they have Hodgson, McIntosh, Niu, Hanley, Brand, McNamara, and Lamb. In the forwards is Offengawi, Ipape, Mulhern, Trout, O'Neill, and Liu. On the bench is Hughes, Tuatavake, Davis, and Charnley, and Dwyer is the 18th man. For Hull FC, they have Price, Martin, Litton, Briscoe, Barron, Cust, and Caesar in the backs. SASA, Borough, Knight, Hardacre, Chamberlain, and Asiata in the forwards. The bench is Ashworth, Barnforth, Essay, and Laidlaw, and Aiden is the 18th man. Surprised Aiden's been dropped, but some of the players get some opportunities. I think SA's earned a spot. SA and Knight, you're not going to change that at all. But I think SA, good to see him get more opportunities. I think he's kind of earned them, especially his efforts against Leeds last weekend. I think he did a good job defensively, stopping a try, and got a try himself. So fair play to the lad. If they perform like they did against Wigan, they'll be alright. I think so. Fash on his way out. God, he'll end up at Warrington, won't he? The big replacement for Musgrove. I'm sure you would, mate. I'm sure you would. We're already linked with Lewis Dodd. We're linked with Eliel Zakem. We're linked with Dominic Young. Who else? I'm sure there's one or two more. The only one I'd take there is Dom Young to replace Ashton. That's it. But I think Dom Young might be needed for the next few weeks for the Roosters because Robert Toyer's made the Queensland squad. So that's probably not gonna happen because he's needed at the moment. Right, so we're about to get underway any second now. Where's Ashton go? He's just injured. So thinking more like a mid-season signing. We need some forwards soon. I think so. Saints have a decent pack, but I think one or two new... Yeah, something temporary. Lewis Dodd. I think if we picked up Lewis Dodd, the assumption would be it's like a 6-month thing to get him through the season. But I've got a feeling it'd be like an 18-month thing, so we'd be stuck with him for next year. And there's rumours of Williams being on his way out either to Catalans or to the Dolphins. So, but other options, apparently we're linked with Liam Byrne for next year. Like that was reported months ago that we're looking at Liam Byrne. And there was a rumour at some point about Chris Satai, so I'm not entirely sure. Where would Dodd fit if you have Williams and Snead? Well, the point is that Williams would be on the way out. But Dodd would be to replace or to be like the extra man available. Dodd wouldn't start if there's Snead and Williams available. We're about to get underway, folks. We're underway. Leigh have kicked to Hull FC. Hull FC playing in their light blue and black kit, which looks quite nice. I think Hull FC have the nicest kit combos in the league, in my opinion. So Hull FC on their own 10. Price hands it off to Herman SAS8. Second tackle in centre field with Amir Borough waiting at dummy half. Knight up to the 20. Borough on his right to Asiata. He's going to take the next carry. Former Leigh player up to the 30. SASA again. Wrapped up by 3 defenders in Liu, Offengawi and O'Neill. From Borough out the back to Price. He'll kick from behind the 40. Plenty of height, decent distance on it as well. Taken on the full by Hodgson on his own 20. And already up to the 30. McNamara. Now with Hanley. Ipape short the 40. Excuse me. Ipape on halfway over on the left-hand side, back towards the middle with Offengawi. Looks alright a few weeks after coming over from the Parramatta Eels. Now Mulhern, strong carry with space behind the ruck, up to FC's 30. Last tackle, short side left to Lachlan Lamb. Dinks the ball towards the back corner. Price goes up, comes down with it cleanly, or tackled in the air by Trout. And that's a penalty for Hull FC. So they could have been stuck back there, but that's a huge let-off for FC. So 2 minutes gone. Penalty for FC. So FC will start the set from their own 40. Good field position with a fresh set. Borough on his left to Caesar, then to SASA. Takes it over the 40. 3 defenders to wrap him up again. Borough to Asiata, out the back to Caesar, shifting right now with Hardacre. Up to halfway. Boos from the crowd. Borough on his left to Asiata, out the back to Caesar, now moving left. Price pops it up to Chamberlain. Calls from forward from the crowd this time. Now Price, Asiata, out the back right to Caesar, pops it up to Hardacre. He's then brought down about 35 metres out from the try line. Caesar kicks on the last from the Leigh 40. Plenty of height, decent chase. Hodgson under pressure, takes it cleanly behind the 10. And he's brought down just in front of the 10 metre line. Who do you want to win? Honestly, I'm not bothered. I'll just take Leigh because I predicted them to win. And I've not got a 6 out of 6 in Super League yet. It's been 11 rounds, I've still not got it. So I'll just take Leigh because I predicted them to win. But actually, I say that, but I predicted Hull KR to win tomorrow, but I want Warrington to win, so I don't know. Let's just take Leigh to win, but as long as it's a good game, fair enough. Samarito has become a member of the channel. Look at that. You get a trumpet. We have an early trumpet, folks. And they just played one in the stadium, I'm pretty sure. Thank you very much for your support, sir. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, madam. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Hull FC on their own 20. Samarito. The latest member. They'll be getting a shout out in the next videos. You'll love to see it. Best community on YouTube, hands down. No debate. So Hull FC in possession. Fourth tackle. Caesar engages the line, takes it over his own 40. He's getting pushed back by Liu, Lam and Trout. He's going to play this for Cust. He'll go short side right to Price. I need to yawn again. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. Taken on the full by Keenan Brand. Switches back to Amila Hanley, who is brought down on the 30. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's get some more of this unnamed brand in me. I maybe do. It rhymes with Duke-a-made, if you want to guess. So Leigh, almost half a break there from Hodgson, is going to try and get a quick play of the ball for Apape. Could have been a 6 again, but it's last tackle. A chip over the top from Edwin Apape, caught by Aiden Caesar, but under pressure immediately. He's going to have to play this ball inside his own 10 for Price, who hands it off to Martin, and they're still behind their own 10 already. Need a monster? I do need a monster. Orange and rum, good pick, mate. Short all, pal Lake. Short all. God, you just can't get away, can you? So next carry from Asiata takes him just up to the 20. Testing new chant is getting so dry and boring now. I don't even know what the chant is. What is the chant? So out the back to Price on the last. That's a... Jeez. Right, because the camera messed up where the ball was, I thought it was still in the air for like a good 5 seconds there. But it was a hell of a kick though from Price down the left-hand side. Brand with a carry just up to his own 20. It goes like everywhere we go watching testing here. Oh. So it's lacking creativity, unfortunately. I mean, I think every club kind of has something like that. They just like to give a bit of praise to clubs, but not being biased, what chant do you think is the best in the league? What is the best chant in the comp? Whether it be for a player or a club's own like go-to thing. So 7.5 minutes gone. Last tackle for Leigh. They'll kick long down the left-hand side to Price, who hands it off to Barron. Runs straight into McNamara in place of O'Brien. Martin takes it over the 20. Alex says Sue. I don't know. At least it's unique to most others. I mean, it's a bit kind of... It's in the Sneed category. Oh, you want to play trumpets at the ground, do you? All right. That's a great kick. It's a great 40-20 attempt, but it's just gone into the in-goal area. Oh, stays in field. What a kick there from... I think that was Price. What a kick. Great chase from FC as well. Leigh pinned back behind their own 10. 8.5 minutes on the clock. Brand returns it back towards the middle. Maybe loses a metre or two. But Lamb is at dummy half. He'll hand this off to Trout, who takes it over the 10. Calls for a high shot from Hardacre, but I don't think it was quite high enough. A few players look offside there, but it's now with Tessiniu. shrugs off one. Decent carry there from Niu. I think he's been one of the best signings this year. There's an offload, but Burry is there to intercept the offload from Mulhern. FC only 25 metres out. With a fresh set, 9 minutes on the clock. Caesar gives it to Hardacre. And oh my goodness gracious me, we have a £20 donation from Samarito. Thank you very much. Very, very much indeed. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. What a lovely bunch of people that stop by every week. This is greatly appreciated. Cust shrugs off one, steps back inside, puts the ball down. That looked all good to me. And it's a try, first points of the game. From Hull FC. Just a mistake there from Mulhern, turns over possession. But FC capitalised, so fair enough. Sure, we can get to Wembley now. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I don't think... still don't think it'll be possible. And I could afford to go to Wembley, but I'm not going to have much left. So... And I've kind of decided I'm just going to stream it. Well, Samarito, thank you very much. Have you been doing NRL Fantasy? I've not, but it's something I've been thinking about doing. I've been thinking about trying to get more NRL content out there, because I'm only doing predictions. I was going to do power rankings like I do for Super League, but I've been thinking about NRL Fantasy. So maybe. New Captain's Challenge graphic on Sky is really nice. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot quicker than the try no try as well. Like, that's embarrassingly slow. Watching that meter just tick away, it's like, alright, just get on with it. Just get on with it. But yeah, the Captain's Challenges, it looks nice and it's quick. We have 11 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. The kick percentage is 90% success probability here. It is only 4-0, but I have given the conversion. And yeah, it does my head in too. Oh, have you guys watched any highlights recently? Like, when I'm editing the stream highlights videos for TikTok, and follow me on TikTok, by the way, link is in the description. But when I edit the stream highlights videos, I sync it up with what highlights they post to YouTube. It's 19 seconds, the intro. Like, I know I do an intro for predictions, but I kind of have to because I need to do a recap. But these are highlights. Like, these are highlights videos. It takes 19 seconds to get into the game. Like, it's not good enough. You're losing out on retention by wasting 19 seconds of people's time. And, yes, I've been told that before, Samarito. A few months back, I was told that during the England-Samoa series. I had a lot of Samoans telling me. A lot telling me that I look like him. So FC in possession over the 20. Nice to see you support FC. I'm supporting both because they're in black and white on the script. I'm supporting my own hoodies. That's what I'm supporting. Is it a compliment? Is it the smart meter advert you're talking about? Yes, Kieran. That's the one. The advert on the streams, or the highlights, 19 seconds to get into the game. So, 12.5 minutes on the clock. Hodgson underneath the ball, takes it over the 20. Decent carry there. Dragging a few defenders. McNamara in centre field. Just short of the 30. Oof, could have been a little bit of a dodgy one there, but it's off to McIntosh. Gets an offload for Umila Hanley. Shifting left, offloads to Trout. He's going to carry the ball up to the 40. Looks for an offload, but gets a fairly quick play of the ball. And Hanley takes it up to halfway. Could have maybe got an offload there. I'm going to support black and white team this game. Fair enough. So it looks like he's going to win either way. Thing is, the kits are... If I knew what team... The home team, you know what colour kits are going to play in. But the away team, you never know. If I always knew what kit they were going to play in, then I would actually customise it to the kit colours. The Baron, underneath the high ball, carries the ball back up to the 10. Martin. Sorry, that's Briscoe. My bad, pimp, my bad. Price, with the next carry, takes the carry through the centre of the field. 14 minutes on the clock. Now it's Martin, over the 30. Borough, right to Cuss, switches back to Briscoe, over the 40. Watch it draw even after golden point, maybe. Imagine. 40-20 attempt here. Has he done it? I think they've got a 40-20 here, Hull FC. He's done it. Caesar's kicking game has been important for FC this year. I think he's had a few. Maybe 2 or 3 40-20s, maybe more. Hodgson was close. He was chasing, but the angle, the speed on that kick, like the power on it, the bounce, nicely done. That's a 40-20 for Hull FC. Already 6-0 up. They could extend the lead pretty soon. Is it my screen, or is there a big glare on the wide-angle camera? There might be. I think the sun was just above the stand. Right, I'll just commentate for a second. Over on the left-hand side, Chamberlain waits at dummy half. Back towards the middle with Price. Across to Asiata, under a bit of pressure by 3 defenders, Mulhern, Liu and O'Neill. Stopped just in front of the 10. 15 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Borough, centre field, right to Price. Steps on his right foot, steps again. Still shifting. Little show and go. Stopped a few metres short, 15.5 minutes. A switch back to SASA, crashes over. Initial guess was that he was held up, but it's given. Hull FC extend the lead. That came off the back of good work from Will Price, that. Really good work from Will Price. Good stepping. And that switch back. Quick play the ball. And the 40-20, of course. So, FC, looking decent. So, it's 10-0, but I'm going to give the extra 2 already. Caesar looks like he's come to play today. I think so too. I think so too. It's been a massive for FC. Considering we can't see a view of the ball being grounded, if that is Tom Grant, isn't it? If he's happy that it's been grounded without even having to check, then so be it. In quiet last few games, a little bit, but I think overall he's still improved overall direction of Hull FC leadership. You have SASA, Hanley plus Hull 12.5 at 10-1. Hopefully it hits well. You've already got SASA. I could see Hanley scoring. I've got a feeling you've got this one. Why do I already get the feeling that you've smashed that? And that's going to be 12-0. The trumpets are purely for vibes, Alex. Just purely vibes. That's all it's for. Well, that's an interesting stat. So, a wayward kickoff from Lee. It's recovered by Hull FC. Hardacre getting dragged towards the touchline. He's brought down on his own 20. SCSA. Prolific try scorer. What a guy. Now with Hull FC over their own 20. That's Asiata. Now with the man himself, Herman SCSA, up towards the 30. I've not even looked at my fantasy league in months, actually. I've not looked at it in months. I might need to make some changes. I'm in a league as well with some mates, but I've not looked at it. Now with SASA over the 40. On the fourth tackle, look for an offload maybe. Up to halfway. Jesus Christ. Surely he's on for the dream team again this year. So it's not the best kick in the world, but it's recovered by Barron. Offloads. Oh, then there's a dropped ball there. Almost an opportunity. I think that was Cade Cust. Cust is not in a good way at the moment. Just holding his hip. Maybe the contact looked a bit dodgy. Oof. That was... not. I don't think there was much Ipape could do there, but... It was a bit of a rough one. Super League Fantasy needs a proper design next year, like NRL Fantasy. The UI looks awful. Yeah, it's a bit dodgy sometimes. It's a bit slow. That's what Lee thought it was good. I don't know. I think it's more FC playing well. I mean, there's been a few off moments. There was an offload from Mulhern that turned over possession. 30 metres out. Hull going to move up on power rankings. They could do. It's most likely whoever's going to win this will be third. Not third, sorry. Fourth, but I suppose it depends on how Leeds... If Leeds have a shocker against Castleford... Let's say FC continue this dominance. If Leeds have a shocker against Cass, Hull FC might go third. So we'll have to see. Given that the performance against Leeds and Hull FC was actually a close one as well, I think FC could go third. But we'll have to see how the rest of the week plays out. Cust is still limping, not in a good way at all, but Leigh up to their own 30 with 19 minutes on the clock. Niu with a carry up to the 40. Neither can I, mate. Neither can I. Ipape on the 40. Mulhern jammed into very quickly by Asiata. And the ball has come loose from Robbie Mulhern. Leigh turnover possession inside their own half once again. Also need to put players in their position, like Reece Martin as a centre. Yes. Yes. If they could do it where you can put players in position based on where they have played. So if last season, let's say Bailey Hodgson, for example, has played fullback and wing and centre, you could put him on all three positions. Let's say he never played in centre, only wing and fullback. The moment he does play at centre, you can put him as a centre in your fantasy team. So something like that. The moment that somebody has played there, they can. So James Harrison is listed as a second rower. I think he is an option there because he has been in the second row before in his career, but he is a prop forward, so he should be a prop with the ability to be moved into the back row. So I think that would be better going forwards. Things like betting and fantasy, they get more people involved, especially if it's easy to use fantasy, then new fans could really get involved. If it's easier to use. So penalty for Hull FC. There was a ball steal in there. Okay. And Hull FC are actually going to take the 2 here to make it a 14-point game. Off to sunny Huddersfield tomorrow. Oh, how fun. Enjoy. Let's see. On the bookies in the last 2 days, Cass moved from 2.75 to 1 to 1.75 to 1. What's with Leeds got anyone out? I don't think so. Let's have a look at Leeds Rhinos news. I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. I think it would only change like that if they were missing Croft, Connor, or Miller, one of the main guys. And the penalty kick from FC is good. That is now going to be 14-0 for Hull FC. Leigh got to get a move on soon. But I don't know. Oh yeah, the glare, by the way, from the sun. Yes, I'm seeing it too, so don't worry about that. You doing an Origin stream? I will be. I will be doing a State of Origin predictions video soon, because that's next Wednesday, and yes, I'll be streaming all 3 games. I'm going to try and do a lot more Origin content than I did last year. I didn't do much, but I actually need to start doing it. So yes, I'll be doing as much Origin content as I can, including streams and predictions. Possibly match reviews as well. So, Hardacre in possession, just in front of his own 20. Hull FC in possession. Second tackle, there's a switch back to Chamberlain. Look for a quick play the ball for Borough. Gets one. He's found space behind the ruck. And he's got himself half a break. Oh, almost had an offload available. Another quick play the ball for Chamberlain. He's got Caesar in support. Takes it inside Leigh territory. 9 for Leigh is Edwin Apape. And there's a high kick. Hodgson takes it cleanly. Been quite reliable this year. I knew nothing about him going into this season. Queensland 25, New South Wales 24. Interesting. Interesting. DCE with the 1, maybe? Is that what you're thinking? McNamara is at dummy half. Leigh on their own 10 with 23.5 minutes on the clock. So we are past the first quarter of the game, entering the second quarter. 78th minute. Oh, okay. Now up to the 20. Then McIntosh up to the 30. A lot of strong hits, maybe high hits. I don't know. 24 minutes on the clock. Out the back to Lock and Lamb. Eats up a few metres, then kicks the ball high and long. It's going to bounce once, twice. Rolls out. Was that a 40-20? It's a 40-20 for Leigh. Martin knows that should not have happened. That should not have happened at all. But Leigh, a change in fortunes there for them. I don't know why he let that bounce. Young centre going to get destroyed by Latrell. Well, apparently, I don't quite remember, but I think the Rabbitohs have already played the Roosters this year, I think. And apparently Latrell was left centre against Robert Toyer. And Robert Toyer did a good job defensively. Apparently. I can't quite remember. But a lot of people are saying that they've already gone head-to-head. Who has blood pouring out his face? Oh, I can't remember. I saw somebody before, but I can't remember. There's McNamara in possession. Slightly wayward pass, but recovered by Brand. Still moving. Stopped about 15 metres out in centre field. Ipape. Now a 6 again for Leigh. Great opportunity to put some points on the board. Now with Hughes. Stopped inside the 10. About 7 or 8 metres out. Right the sticks with Ipape. Back towards the middle with McNamara. Off Ngawi. Straightens up. Takes a carry. Wrapped up by 3 defenders. In between the sticks. Ipape across to Hughes. Trying to crash over, but stopped just short. Hughes is still going for it. Just held up, I think, there. He's going to play it for Ipape right at the sticks. Centre field with Liu. Lamb still shifting left. Switches back to McIntosh. Possibly hit high there. From Barron. Slightly slow to get up, but Niu. Back towards the middle on the 4th with Mulhern. Trying to push off a few defenders. He's going to get brought down just left of the sticks. Last chance here. Leigh needs to get something pretty soon. And a penalty for Leigh. Fresh set, so they can just try and keep wearing down Hull FC on their own try line. They don't need to force it yet. Origin is different. I agree. I do agree. Leigh lost in possession. They kind of do. It was high, possibly, but I suppose they've got their penalty now. Is there a captain's challenge? Yes, Hull FC will challenge that. Trell was awful at left centre against Toya. 0 line breaks and like 20 post contact meters. I guess we'll see. The occasion is going to be very different. But we'll see. It's definitely an element that I'll cover. It doesn't really look like the Leigh player has much control over that, but I would still say it's stripped. I get that, but the Origin Trell agenda is just BS. Like, yeah, he will do better, but won't turn into the best player in the world. The thing, I do get the narrative, though, Samarito. I do get the narrative. It's like, when something matters to Latrell Mitchell, when he gives a shit, you can tell. I think there are some times for the Bunnies he just doesn't, like, he's just kind of going through the motions a little bit. But when it's Origin, you can see a different energy in how he plays, a different pace to his game. It doesn't look like... I think that's Mulhern. It doesn't look like he's got that much control over the ball. I don't know where his right hand is, though. Or his left hand, sorry. So it's a successful challenge. Okay. Yeah, that looked like a loose carry for me. It does look like it's stripped, but it also looks like a very loose carry. Mulhern is not happy. Yeah, 100%, but it's not like Toya is a paraplegic. Trell will obviously be better, but he's not like a dead set reason New South Wales will go. No, I agree, but it's just more of a it's a factor. It's more of a point of conversation that it is a major factor in that you've got a player that's played at this massive level versus a 20-year-old that's played 10 games in the NRL. Yes, he's done well, but it's a factor. It's not the factor that determines the game, but it's a factor that's at least worth a conversation. So I think that's the area that I'll kind of focus on. It's a factor, not the factor. Because there's a lot more that goes into this one. Because there's some interesting choices. So Hull FC had a scrum and Leigh players were offside, so it's a penalty for FC. And they'll start this set from their own 40. 27 minutes on the clock. So do I, mate. I always like seeing young players and underdogs go well, so I hope he has a good game. So Ashworth takes it up to halfway. S8 with the next carry. Borough in centre field, 30 metres out, right to Asiata, then to Caesar, switches back to Ashworth. Asiata, left to Caesar, pops up to Price, he's going to step, he can move, got support from Martin, Hull FC extend the lead. Just a lot of mistakes from Leigh in this game, but FC moving the ball around really well. That's going to be 18-0 with a kick to come. Let's see. Ashton back for the final. I forgot the injury with him. Was it HIA or worse? I think with Ashton it was something with his knee, I think. Yeah, try scorer was Martin. Nice hoodie, just terrible ratty colour. Well, you can customise the hoodie into any colour scheme you like. As shown by this graphic here, you can customise the hoodies into any colour scheme you like. Shameless plug done there. So, yeah, just dropping that in. Well, it was MCL and ACL. Yeah, he's not going to be back till next season at least. Yeah, unfortunately. It was kind of established that he would miss the Ashes as well, which brings Dominic Young back into the conversation. I think most people had kind of accepted and wanted Marshall and Ashton, but I think it's probably going to be Marshall left, Young on the right, most likely. No, Jason, I'm not an FC fan. I just went with the basic black and white, and because I knew I was doing a black and white overlay, I just thought I'll just keep the colour scheme the same. Plus, it's a slightly lighter hoodie. It's a sports hoodie, so it's not like your typical cotton blend or something like that. The kick from Caesar looks wide. It is wide, so it's 18-0 for Hull FC. So who will wire miss for the final in total? For the Challenge Cup final, I think we'll be without Matty Ashton, Danny Walker. Musgrove apparently is already on his way out. So I think there's no Kai Taylor-Ray for rotation either. So I think the major misses are Walker and Ashton. And no Musgrove. Does it bring Young back in? Burgess to come back in? I don't know. I'd be comfortable if Burgess was in there, but I'd be more comfortable if Young was in there. Williams is 50-50. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. I reckon he'll be in the extended squad, and then it'll be like a last-minute decision. I think they'll prep with him. He'll probably do a bit of running and training, but it might end up being a last-second decision, to be honest. So calls from forward from the crowd. Hull FC shifting left. It's a wayward pass recovered by Myla Hanley. Oh yeah, I heard that, Kevin. I reckon Vaughan will at least get some minutes. He'll play on. Even if it's like a bit of a strain, I think he'll still try and play on. He might be on the bench. He'll get a few stints here and there. So Leigh, 20 metres out. Lamb pops it up to Trout. 31 minutes on the clock. And there's a penalty for Leigh. Is this where the comeback starts? I wish, Samarito. I wish. Leigh are 5 metres out between the sticks. Ipape on his left to Lamb, pops up to Trout. Stopped a few metres short over on the left-hand side of the field. Plays of a Niu. On his right to Lamb, then to Liu. Almost a decent break there. Ipape at dummy half, 6 again for Leigh. Ipape left to Lamb. Over the top, but intercepted by Barron. And Hull FC come up with the ball. 32 minutes on the clock. Leigh not able to shift the ball around well enough offensively right now. Be a shame if he doesn't after what he said after the semi about it being his time. I think Vaughan will definitely try and get in that team. I don't know what the deal is with Walker. I don't know how long left he's got. No John Stone. Oh yeah, I would look at John Stone. I would do. I've got a feeling it'll go to... I think Dominic Young will get in, though. But John Stone, if he was in the squad, I wouldn't mind. I think for options in the backs, I'd look at Ash Handley, because he can play centre or wing, and possibly fullback as well. McIntosh takes it up to the 40 for Leigh. 33 minutes on the clock. Well, Johnstone is... That's how you pronounce it. Everyone has been saying Johnston, but apparently from this year it is actually Johnstone. May as well be double-barreled. Well, it's just more of a pronunciation. Johnstone. Johnstone. Well. So what's gone here then? Is it a penalty for Leigh? Might be. Oh no, penalty for Hull FC. Okay. Okay. Hardacre. Onto the 30, inside Leigh territory. Chance for Hull to hit 20 plus. Asiata to Ashworth, up to the 20 for Leigh. Or in Leigh territory, I should say. Barnforth, waits at dummy half. Back towards the middle with Asiata. Fakes 2 switchbacks, then with Caesar, then to Price. Then for Litton. Trying to crash over, just stop short. Chamberlain, back towards the middle with Price. Closer to centre field with Asiata, out the back to Caesar. Slips over. Was he even hit high? Okay. What's he supposed to do there? It's not even forceful. Oh my God. If his arm's swinging, I can understand it. But that looks like there's no malice, no intent. He's literally slipped on his arse. I understand what Amor's saying about it is contact with the head. Like it is. But it is so unbelievably minimal. This is likely going to be 20-0. Litton, yeah, it was close. Litton was close. Not that close, but it was a metre or two out. You're 25 seconds behind you all. Come on, Kieran. Get moving. Get moving. Catch up, lad. Certainly not a pen. So I'm actually going to just put on the 20 for Hull FC because they should just get this one. Oh, get on the phone. Get on the phone soon, Kieran. Complain. Get your money back. That's going to be 20-0 for Hull FC with 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. The crowd is not happy. I can understand why. Do I have a spot on my forehead? It looks like a spot. Might be. I don't know. There's something going on there. Who's done that then? Been off Sky years ago, IPTV all the way. So, Hull FC in possession. Up to the 30 with Liam Knight. Plays of a Briscoe. Now with Asiata. Up to the 40. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 20-point advantage for Hull FC. Can they pick up any more points? Barnforth. SN is left but doesn't use him. Takes up to halfway. Last tackle for Hull FC. Out the back to Caesar. Kicks from behind halfway. Plenty of height on this one. Hodgson underneath it, takes it cleanly on his own 10, up to the 20. And up to the 30. Good carry there. Leigh could really do with something. And there's a penalty for Leigh. So this is most likely going to be last attacking set of the game. Or Hull FC might get one more set. But this is going to be Leigh's best chance. With a fresh set. About 45 metres out. On halfway, from Ipape, just completely drops the ball. Just, oh my God. How's he done that then? How's he done that? 6 out of 6 next week, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. At some point. Oh, Peter. Good to see you again, Peter. And Seb is here as well. Price down the right edge. 40 seconds to go in the first half. I say Hull FC get a penalty. Take the 2. Because I've got 26-22 in my predictions. 22-0 at half time. Come back and win for Leigh in the second half, eh? Maybe. So with Price over on the right, chucks it over to the left. With Litton, steps again, up to the 20. Last tackle. Chamberlain, in centre field with Asiata, across to Caesar, bit of room to run. In support is Esse, puts the ball down. Esse, the prolific try scorer. Is going to make it 24. Oh my God, what is happening with Leigh? What is happening? This is going to be 26. I don't know. I don't know. The referee has not been very favourable for Leigh. But Hull FC have actually performed well. Sorry, Samarito. It's not Esse, it's Esse. I did say Esse, didn't I? There's 2 players, Samarito. There's Esse and Esse. They're 2 different players. I have Hull, Cass, Wigan, Saints, KL, Wakefield all winning. You could... Cass is a bold shout. Well, you should have got to bed then, lad. Should have got some sleep. Aiden Caesar to make this 26-0. It's not a bad turnout from the FC fans. A decent number of people there on a Thursday. I think I changed the rules on scheduling though, so if it's a West v East game, like this is clearly a West versus East type game, they can't be done on Thursdays. So Leigh would only be able to host a Thursday game against Warrington, Wigan, Salford, Saints. Probably Catalans because it doesn't matter that much. So I'd kind of keep it separate so that there's better attendance. But as soon as they come up, they can get taken down. Yeah, bold shot, I reckon, train top 6. They might do. They might do. Wonder how many free coaches FC out on this week. I don't know. Esse to Esse, and Esse pass it back to Esse, who drops it and gives it to Liu, who then gives it to Niu. And then it's O'Connor and Connor that enter the field mysteriously from Leeds. Are there any more? Can anyone think of any more in the league that sound the same? You got SASA and SA. You've got O'Connor and Connor. You've got Liu and Niu. But they can't be the exact same name. Got to be... Well, I think that's... They are brothers, so I don't know if that one counts. They need to be, like, really similar. Oh, there's Handley and Hanley. Yes, Handley and Hanley. There's another. Hadley, yes, Hadley as well. Hanley to Hanley to Hadley. Could we build a team based off this? What are Leigh going to do, eh? What are they going to do? I'm going to drop a few ads in here. Just a couple. I don't need to worry about the ads so much on this one because the bloody £20 donation from Samarito. Newman Truman. Oh, yes. Go on, Isaac, lad. Do you know what? Where's my notepad? Sorry if there's a lot of paper that goes through the mic. Sorry. Just about to build the most commentator-friendly team you've ever heard in your life. It's just Chuck Martin. I'm going to need to Wazzy in there for a laugh. Thewless and Thewless count? No. So they can't be... It can't be the exact same name. So like Thewless and Thewless or... Bibby and Bibby. I know SASA and SA are two completely different people. So you'd have SASA. SA. Then you've got Handley and Hadley. Then you've got Truman and Newman. You have O'Connor and Jake Connor. True, senior and senior wouldn't count. Who else would you have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. If we can get 4 more, we've got our starting 13. This is the kind of world-class, top-level content we produce here at Kinetic Rugby League and as a community. Oh, who else can we have? Oh, I don't know. Yes, Liu and Niu. Yes, Liu and Niu. That was mentioned before. 2 more. 2 more. We've got a team. Smith and Smithies. Maybe. If we can keep it specifically to Super League, that would be cracking. Alex. Whitby and Whitley. Right then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got a 13-man squad, folks. Okay. Fullback. Fullback would be Ash Handley, wouldn't it? Surely Ash Handley would be fullback in that list. Or would it be Newman? Oh, Connor. Might be Connor. Yes, Connor. Connor would be fullback. Connor would be fullback. On the wing would be Handley. Newman at centre. Other centre would be Niu. Other wing would be... Oof. Gannon and Bannon? Who the hell's Bannon? Are you talking about Baron? So yeah, commentator's nightmare. SA to SA, Hanley to Handley to Hadley, Truman to Newman, O'Connor to Connor, Leo to Niu, Whitby to Whitley. Leigh will win this game. I'm an FC fan and can't see us getting any further than that. Leigh are a better team. Will come out completely different in second half. Okay, Cam. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Kieran. What a guy. What a guy. 2 quality donations from Samarito and Kieran today. Oh yeah, the kit again. If you'd like any hoodies, you can customize them to whatever colour scheme you'd like. Maybe you're a Roosters fan. Maybe you're a Broncos fan. Maybe you're an Eels fan. You can get them customized into any colour scheme you like. Thank you, Dingle. You're a Wakey fan. I could kind of tell from the icon. Can't see Leigh coming back in this one. Neither can I, unfortunately. Okay. Now, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if it happens. This Leigh team beat Hull Carroll at Wembley. It's clear they're a better team. Alright, well, Cam is paving the way for us all to be wrong. So, good on you, Cam. Do you think Wakefield will win on Sunday? Against Salford, probably, yeah. Seen the news on Musgrove? I have. I have seen the news. As regards to Wakefield Trinity, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few clubs after a lot of Wakefield's forward pack next year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few people that are trying to go after Fartilli or Vanganar, Staunton maybe, Pitts. I wouldn't be surprised if clubs are trying to get a few of those guys. So retention's going to be huge for Wakey next year. Take it as a compliment. All right. Like, you understand why it's a bold shout, Cam. Like, it's a 26-point deficit. Not that it's impossible, because I'm never one to write out the impossible, because nobody predicted 1-0 in the very first game of the season. So, it's just... Yeah. Your backline is Connor, Handley, Newman, there's 2 Handleys in there. So it'd be Umaila Hanley and Ash Handley. Oh yeah, I forgot to put him there. Apparently Warrington have signed or are close to signing Eliel Zakam. Yeah, I saw that as well. I'm not... I remember watching him in the Rugby League World Cup for Lebanon, and he looked okay. For Cass, I've not really paid much attention to him, so I'm not really sure what to think. Yeah, Fartilli new deal would be massive. Retention's going to be important for Wakefield, because there are going to be a lot of big clubs after a few lads. You would imagine, based on how they're playing this year, there would be a good chunk. Another thing as well is, I've had a few questions recently about who I think's getting promoted and relegated this year. But when I mention the IMG grades, people don't know what it is. There's a lot of people that still don't know about the whole IMG stuff. Which is weird, because we've been doing it for 2 years. Para 0, West Tigers 31. Para 30, West 31 full-time because no one's happened. Yeah, true. Is he good? I don't think he's anything special, but he might be fine. Looked good in the poor cast side last year. Just want Warrington to sign someone who is 100% a good player. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Liam Byrne might be coming to us next year. Not entirely sure about that. Satai was rumoured at one point. Young was rumoured because of the whole being dropped thing. But he's going to have to come back in to replace Robert Toyer at the Roosters. Lewis Dodd, I think, was kind of posted as a joke from someone on Twitter. Huddersfield are going to Championship. I think it would be Salford first. I think based on finances, the first one I said was Liam Byrne from Wigan. I think based on finances plus performance, I think it would be Salford would be the first ones to drop out, or would be lower than Huddersfield, but Huddersfield might also drop out. I think Bradford, based on the IMG points, would move up. But Toulouse, I think, are very close. Who's coming up there? I think it would be Bradford. Let's have a look at last year's ING grading from 2024. So the two next clubs were Toulouse and London. London was 14th. York are 15th. So most likely, Salford would likely drop out to be replaced by either Toulouse, York, or Bradford. I think one of those three will be in Super League next year, I'm pretty sure. If the Giants drop too low as well, then one of those other, two of those three will come up. Bradford, York, or Toulouse, I think, are the ones that come up. When's half-time over? A few minutes, I think. Zemma's next deal will be NRL. Maybe. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a chance over there, but you never know. I hope he stays, because we need to retain as much talent as we can. Second half's about to get underway very shortly, actually. Well, that's knockout rugby for you, Isaac. That's knockout rugby for you. Widnes would be good to come back. I want to see Bradford come back to see what kind of attendances they'll get. That's what I want to know. So, we're underway for the second half now. Hull FC kick to Leigh. And the first carry for Leigh from Hughes takes him just over the 10. They'll start this set about 15 metres out from their own line. Now over the 20. I'm interested in seeing Toulouse because I want to know what kind of attendances they can get this time round. But I'm curious about what attendances Widnes and Bradford could get once they're back in Super League. Because the potential for them to get, 7, 8, 9,000 plus every week is there. Like, the potential is there, but I think that would only happen if they're in Super League. But they have to earn it by the IMG points. So, We'll see what they do. Last tackle for the Leigh. They'll kick from the halfway line with McIntosh. McNamara. I don't know why I said McIntosh. McNamara. Martin in possession on his own 10. Wrapped up by a few defenders. Oh, you sent it in the Discord. Lovely. I'll check that out. I will check that out. FC in possession, about 25 metres out from their own line. Will Price will take the next carry over the 30. Now with Asiata in centre field. Pops it up to Chamberlain, trying to crash through the line. There's a limp there from Asiata. Not a good look for him. Not a good look. It's not the best kick on the last tackle. And that's going to be McIntosh under it. So I'm going to make sure I get those right. McNamara, McIntosh. Can we all agree we all hate Cass? I don't hate Cass. I guess where you're from. I think Cass are they're just there. They're just, you know, they don't bother anyone. They're just there. It's with Lamb. Left to Hodgson. Across to Niu. McIntosh has to cut back inside. Hands it off to Trout. Trying to break through the line up to Hull FC's 30. Good field position here on the third tackle. Now with Davis across to McNamara. Pops it up to Mulhern. 20 metres out. It's not Mulhern at all. Well done, Rob. You completely nailed that one. Leigh shifting right now. Lamb tries to kick the ball through, but Martin comes up with possession. And Hull could be stuck behind their own 10. If there's good defensive pressure from Leigh, they could be stuck back here. Leigh need a spark from somewhere. Gone for Hamol Holoquatu as a starting 13, so I need someone that's just hard to pronounce. Kulakefu Finifugaki, Mark Nwanganitawaze, Dallin Wateni Zalesniak, Cordy Hidawayanera. There's got to be a few other tough ones to pronounce. Tui Kamikamitha. So there's a mistake here from Leigh. So knock on from Leigh, I think. Hodgson returned the ball back. And I think that's just a loose carry. So what's going on here? I agree, Kevin. Then we got some technical difficulties on field at the moment with the refs, maybe. Not sure. And I think we're good. Just a bit of a break there, but we're all good to go. So scrum for Hull FC, 45 metres out from Leigh's try line. We've had nearly 4.5 minutes gone in this first half. Chamberlain with the next carry, just over 30 metres out. Barnforth at centre field tonight. Then to SA. Not to be confused with SASA, but it's SA. You are right, Isaac. Left to Caesar. Then to Price. Pops up to Chamberlain. Calls from forward from the crowd. It's not been Leigh's day in calls today, has it? Price. Fakes the switch tonight. Then to Caesar. Across to Briscoe. Cuts back towards the middle. Wrapped up by 3 defenders on Leigh's 10. Oh, go on, Kieran. Smashing it, lad. Centre field, left to Price. Dinks the ball towards the back left. Litton goes high, comes down with it, but Leigh now in possession. Meters in front of their own line, and there's a knock-on from Hull FC. So Leigh in possession just over their own 10, short of the 20. My stomach is rumbling. If you guys can hear it, I do apologise. I need some food. Ipape at dummy half. McIntosh draws in the penalty from SA. 6 minutes gone. At least they haven't conceded yet. Is the comeback on for Leigh? This is the tap inside Hull FC territory. Ipape gives it to Tuatavake. He's going to play it for Ipape in centre field. On his right to Davis. Over the 40. See you, Isaac. Thanks for stopping by. Ipape, 30 metres out on his left to Hughes. Out the back to Lamb. Pops it up to Trout. Now 20 metres out. Ipape in centre field, right to Lamb. Then to Hughes. Gets the offload to Ipape. 6 again there, it should be. Fresh set for Leigh inside the 10. Ipape, right at the sticks. Inside to Tuatavake. Trying to crash over. Just held up. Good defensive work from Hull FC. Left of the sticks now. Ipape waits at dummy half. They need something now. Slightly wayward pass in the hands of Lachlan Lamb. He's darting and stepping. Eventually wrapped up by Briscoe. Just over the 10. Niu over on the left. Just play it, lad. Just play it. Handbags are thrown. He did. Didn't he do that against Powell in the Challenge Cup semi-final? Like it was a push into the face or something. Right, we're going to get back underway. They've had a telling off. Hull FC didn't have any markers. Ipape switches back to Hughes. Oh, can players... Oh, I'm going to talk about this in a sec. Ipape trying to go himself. Gets an offload for Hull FC. Yeah, an absolutely garbage effort here from Leigh. Right, so Hughes was tackled by SA. He tries to step over him. This is what I hate about, like, trying to get every single moment in the ruck. Is why step over them when you can just go to the side? Because you've got a player down, you step over them, you play the ball, it touches the player that's down, and then the hooker's like, oh, I can't get to the ball, I can't get to the ball. You can. You look like a moron. You can easily pick that ball up. And they're like, oh, ref, come on. I can't pick it up. What's going on? You look like an idiot. So I wish players would just step to the side and then play the ball. It'd just be so much easier. It's football-esque. Just trying to get stupid shit from nothing. Penalty for Leigh. We have offside from Hull FC. They will start a fresh set inside FC territory. The problem is, though, Leigh, they're not putting anything together. Unfortunately. "20 metres out. McNamara to Lamb, under pressure, ball comes loose, recovered by Hodgson. Is that a fresh set of 6? Hodgson dragged all the way back near towards his 40. Damn. They really don't, Alex. So disconnected in attack. Maybe it's revealing the importance of O'Brien, maybe? Hodgson, bit of room to run down the left, and McIntosh has to just take the carry. Leigh over on the left-hand side of the field, now about 13 to 14 metres out. Niu back towards the middle with Lamb. Then to Apape. Out the back to McNamara. Here we go. Chance here. There's a wayward pass. Martin comes up with possession for Hull FC. I'm sure they had the numbers there. Ball over the top would have done that, I think. God, it's not been good from Leigh today. Discipline in terms of, like, decisions from the ref, you know, we can get into that argument all day. But in terms of whether Leigh deserve to win this game, they don't. Maybe the game would be closer if we look at referee decisions a little bit differently, but I think Hull FC have massively earned this one. Now with Price on the last, kicks from Leigh's 30. Hodgson underneath it, comes down with it about 3 metres out from his own line. How do they give Wigan a game then play this bad? Ref isn't helping them still. I don't even know. I don't know. I think a lot of teams have been inconsistent. I know Warrington's one of them. As a Wire fan, we've been inconsistent. There's very few teams have proper consistency. I think Leeds are actually one of the more consistent sides in Super League. I think Hull KR, Wigan and Leeds are your most consistent, and that's why they're at the top, or near the top anyway. I don't know. It's an odd one. It's a very odd one. Ouch. Bonus if Leeds beat Cass. They're up to third in the table. I think Leeds deserve it. I'm quite impressed with Leeds this year. And there's a penalty for Hull FC from their own 40. This will put them firmly into Leigh territory. Was it for a high shot? Like, what was that for? Oh, apparently it was a high shot. Okay. I didn't fully see it, but we'll just assume it is. Just waiting for a penalty here, folks, and just texting someone. Okay. Penalty for Hull FC. They'll kick from their own 40 into touch. FC will start a fresh set of 6, 25 metres out from Leigh's try line. Price to SSA. 20 metres out. Barmforth. Now with Caesar on his right. Then to Laidlaw. Got there eventually. Barmforth on his left to Caesar. Pops it up to SSA. The ball comes loose. Leigh end up in possession. The comeback starts now. It starts now, Leigh. Get a shift on. At this point, I wish Leigh just lost composure. Ref then mass brawled FC, so it's an interesting game. Yeah, let's get a scrap going, shall we? Fight, fight, fight. Davis. Now with Niu. I would have liked to see them use Niu a bit more in this game with his power. I don't think they've used him enough. Now there's a carry over halfway for Leigh. 2 tackles still remaining. Look for a quick play of the ball. They get one for Davis. Left to Lamb. And then to Tua Tavake. Over the 40. Lamb with a kick towards the back left. Decent chase. Price goes up. Comes down with it. Brought down just behind the 10. Anyone think Lamb might start to be under pressure? I don't think so. I think he's got enough good fortune in there, given how well he's done since he's come in. I don't think he's under pressure. Challenge Cup semi-final. Still playoff contenders. Not been a great day, obviously, but I think, it can happen. They don't want it to happen, but it can. But no, I think Lamb's fine. So Price will kick on the last from the 30. Decent distance, will bounce once, twice, 3 times for Hodgson. He's over his own 20, up to his own 30. It's a decent field position to start a set here for Leigh. Actually need to make something happen though. A lot of people having to track back. McIntosh switches back to Keenan Brand, shifts left. Decent carry up to the 40. Okay. I don't know if I'd give a penalty for that, considering Lamb just pushed Laidlaw into the back of the Leigh player. I think that's not the right call, but anyway. It seemed like a weird one to me. Anyway, Leigh have possession, 40 metres out. It's a tap from Niu, gives it to Lamb. Now with Mulhern. Come on, Leigh, let's see a bit of fight. See a bit of fight from you, McNamara to Tua Tavake. Up to the 20. Well, he tried to get up, but he was pushed over. So I don't really know what else he's supposed to do. I didn't have much balance, but he was pushed over, then the penalty was given. I think that was a bullshit penalty, if I'm honest. Anyway. Leigh, about 13 metres out. Lamb, left of the sticks, gives it to Liu. Decent carry there. A few metres out in front of the right post. Davis. He's going to go himself. Oh, stopped a metre short. McNamara, right to Lamb on the last. Across to Hanley. Tries to kick the ball through. Bounces backwards. He recovers it. I think he dropped it. Ooh, turnover, says referee. God, Leigh are not making anything happen here. So Martin with the next carry up to his own 20. SCSA over the 30. Gets an offload for Barnforth. Or is it a knock-on? Apparently it's a knock-on. Alright then. Okay, Leigh. You're getting chances now. So Leigh have a scrum just over 20 metres out. McNamara will play this ball in to the scrum. Davies goes left to Lamb. Then to Niu. over the 20. Now about 16 metres out, Hodgson. On the left, back towards the middle with Lamb. Then to Davis. Hands it off to Liu. Davis 11 metres out, left to Lamb. Out the back to Hodgson. Has to step back towards the middle. Still stepping. A few metres short left of the sticks. 58 minutes on the clock. Third tackle, Davis. On his right to Liu. Takes a carry himself. A few metres short of the right post. Davis, right to Mulhern. Trying to crash over. Almost over the try line. But he's held up by about 5 defenders there. They do look gassed. They look completely clueless in possession. Leigh play it. 10 metres out. McNamara. Out the back to Lamb. Now Hodgson. Cross to Niu. He's wrapped up by Barron. Good defensive work. Is that the last? That was the last. Oh my God. Safe to say FC, I think, go back to 4th in the power rankings. I got a bit of shit from Leigh fans the other week because I had Leigh behind Leeds and Hull FC in my power rankings. Well, the thing is, people put more weight on my power rankings and predictions than I do. People do get very precious about that kind of stuff. I don't know why, but anyway. Borough at dummy half, out the back to Price. Exactly, Kieran. Just anything. A kick to the corner. Even though a lot of teams typically do that, it gets a bit boring. They're just not doing it. Just kick to the corner. McIntosh versus Martin. That's your best bet. Barron's quite tall. And against... Who's on the left? Who's on the left? Brand. Oh no, it's Brand, sorry. Just kick to any corner. Just do something different. No, you certainly can't. I will not allow it. There's a break for a Pape. Support on his inside. Niu wrapped up on the 20. Just about. Oh, gets away from them. Gets past Barron. Eventually wrapped up 5 metres out. Great chance for Leigh. They got momentum here. Ipape with Lamb. On his right to Liu. Stops 6 metres out. Quick play the ball for Ipape. He's going to go himself. Steps. Crashes over. Finally, we have something from Leigh. There is life in the Leopard. Who would have thunk it, eh? Only took them an hour. But better late than never. Tessinier, there he is. A great carry from Niu. Get involved more. He's a handful. Would still say Pape has had a nightmare game. Yeah, it's not been great. Few mistakes. Leopards on life support, not dead yet. Ultimate comeback. About 18 minutes. 80 minutes maybe. 18. To get 20 points. Not impossible. And a penalty for Leigh on their own 30 lets him off. Right then, Leigh in possession on Hull's 40. If they can get something right now, it's certainly swing momentum massively in their favour. There's a switch back to Niu. Gets an offload as well. Then with a Pape, it's a breakthrough centre field. The ball comes loose, maybe a strip. Knock on my Hull, says a referee. I wouldn't challenge it if I was Hull. You're winning my 20 points with 17 minutes to go, just leave it. So this is what happens when you get Niu involved more. Get him involved. Out the back of the scrum, left to Lamb. Pops up to Niu, then across to McIntosh. Has to cut back inside. Trying to bump off Price. He's wrapped up by him and Briscoe. Mulhern with a carry over the 10. Few metres out, left of the sticks. Great chance for Leigh to get to double digits. Ipape to Trout, trying to crash over. Just held up. Hull players go mental. Ipape, Liu, McIntosh, McIntyre, McNamara. Wrong player 3 times there. Twice even. I can't believe I just keep calling him McIntosh. Why am I doing it? Ipape. Oof. Almost knocked on there. Called him McIntosh, then McIntyre. Well done, you moron. McNamara to Liu, then to Lamb. Across to Niu. Steps back inside. Still stepping. In centre field, last tackle, and nothing happens there. Wow. The moment there was nothing on, you give it to Lamb or you give it to McNamara and you just kick to the corner. Jesus Christ. 15 minutes to go. 20-point advantage for Hull FC. They have possession behind their own 20. Briscoe over the 20. Borough on his left to Knight. How many forwards do they want? Who knows? You can never have enough. You can never have enough. Last tackle, Hull up to halfway. Out the back to Caesar on the left. Plenty of height on this one. Brand underneath it. Tames it cleanly, but he's under pressure. Shrugs off one. Wrapped up by Price. McNamara. Now with Offengawi, I think. Yep, it is. McNamara. Now with Hodgson. Up to the 20. I think Leigh could do with another line break here. Get the ball to Niu. Or a 40-20 from Lamb, maybe. Offengawi. Oh, that ball came loose. I thought that ball came loose then. Ipape. Now with Lamb. Oh, 40-20 attempt. Here we go. Oh. Did he get it? Did he get that? It looked like it was going to go out just short, but the bounce might have saved it there. I need to see another angle of that, but... Wow. Oh my god, the bounce is beautiful there for Lamb. Off Ngawi, 10 metres out. I think Leigh need to score now. I don't think... Like, if they get a few repeat sets, then fair enough, but they need to score on this... in this possession. Lamb pops up to Trout. Looks like he's in there. I think he is. Momentum now swinging back towards Leigh. Double digits eventually. Do we have a game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure just yet. There we go. 10:26 with a kick to come. All these kicks are important now. Because if you start missing a few too many, then you have to get yourself an extra try on top of the 4 that you already needed to claw back. So we will see. I can't see it either. I think if they score... If they score again in the next 5 minutes, I can see it. I think if they can at least get one more try before the 75th minute, then in that 5-minute period you can put Leigh under Hull FC under pressure. But they need to score a bit quicker than that. But we will see. I'm sure Leigh's going to go for it. They'll have a go. And the extra 2, I forgot to add that on. So it is going to be 12:26. I think we're trying to get an offload. He gets one. Could have been a bit dodgy there because I'm sure it touched a Hull FC player, but Hanley has possession up to the 20. Ipape with a strong carry over the 30. Now with Brand. Tracy. Tracy with the KRL support. You get a trumpet, Tracy. Thank you very much for your support. That is greatly appreciated. As we have a knock-on from Leigh. Well, there we go. We've got 2 new members today. 2 new members in Tracy and Samarito. Donations from Samarito and Kieran, the Sainted Jester. Fantastic. Greatly appreciated, folks. Thank you very much. So 2 new people to shout out in the next videos. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much indeed. So scrum for Hull FC on their own 40. It's out the back and left to Martin. Oh, is she? Well then. I don't want to say Kieran's the most annoying person I've ever met, but he might be. No, I feel really bad. Kieran's actually great. On the 40 now, with Chamberlain. Borough in centre field, right to Price. Plenty of height on this towards the back right. Hodgson underneath it, takes it cleanly. Met by Barron though. She knows. You said it. You said it, not me. Oof. High shots onto McNamara from Chamberlain. He was falling, but there's a lot of big contact on that one there. Well, thank you, Tracy, for the KRL support. It is greatly appreciated. I don't know if there's going to be a yellow. There might be. Well, if he's sent off, he's going to come back with 50 seconds to go. Or sin bin, I mean. Okay, so the two mitigating factors are rapid loss of height and I think they said low level force. I think that's what they said. So Alex's points against FC are the same way that people just say deduct Everton 10 points for anything. Everton could do some like amazing charity work, raise like millions for people who are homeless or for cancer research or for anything, and it's like I've seen enough to deduct 10 points. Hull FC scored a try, straight red for whoever scored, mate. Just cope with it. Yes, I agree with that. That's a good point. It probably would have been. But Niu in possession in centre field. Oh, Niu and Borough. Go on, lads. Go on. Get stuck in. So, 14-point advantage for Hull FC. Ipape, right to Liu. Pops it up to Offengawi. Shrugs off Chamberlain. Back inside to Mulhern. Bats it backwards. Recovered by Hodgson. Straightens up. Stopped a few metres short between the sticks. Last tackle. Ipape. Right to McNamara. Across to Hanley. Has to cut back towards the middle. Chips the ball over the top. Chases after it. Price catches it in goal. And that's a 20-metre tap. He'll take his time. Well, they tried something. I think just not enough time now, unfortunately. They could get... I think there's maybe another 12 points in there for Leigh. But just not enough time to get that extra one. I think they needed that comeback maybe about 5 minutes earlier. Briscoe gets himself a decent break there. How has he managed to make that many metres there with so many defenders around? Inside Leigh's half. Okay, the challenge for you guys then, the challenge for the KR fans in here, say one nice thing about FC. That's not a backhanded compliment, say one nice thing about FC. I want to know. If you can. SASA bumps off one. Carries up to the 20. Chip kick towards the back right. Hodgson goes up with it. Takes it cleanly. He's got a bit of a break here. Hodgson is shifting. Barron can move though. Oof. Maybe tried to dive too early for the heels. Switches back to Charnley. Up to the 20. Josh Charnley. 15 or 16 metres out. Great chance for Leigh now. Plays it. No one's there. There was Hardacre in the way. Lamb just about recovers it. But Charnley is there at dummy half. Back towards the middle now. Leigh needs some... If they're going to get it, they need it right now. Right now. 6 again for Leigh. On this possession, they got to do it. I'm calling it. If they don't do it on this possession, they've lost. Like, flat out. But Ipape is shifting. Offloads it to bloody nobody. And Hull FC have possession a metre out from their own. Like, yeah, that's it. That is it. I'm calling it. It's a club. That's like me, a Saints fan, saying something nice about Wigan. Go on, Kieran. You can do it. I know you can. You can do it. Tom Grant's such a poor ref, by the way, loses control of games all the time. It's difficult for all refs, really. Because the thing is, you're always outnumbered as well. So if a few players start getting into it, I think it's very easy to lose control. I think the refs do a better job than we give them credit for, but it's still very difficult to do the job. Well, thanks for trying. Thanks for trying to say something nice about them. We have 5.5 minutes to go. We have a player injury, not sure who for. Is it for Caesar? If Leigh score in 30 seconds, I'll say they'll win it. But guess what? They've given away a penalty. Right then. There was a high shot, Alex. There was a very clear... Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot who asked the question. I don't know, Alex. I don't know. Penalty to Wigan, I say. All FC in possession on their own 20. There's a carry from Lytton. Price. Now with Chamberlain. Wire versus Hull KR tomorrow. I will be at that game. Looking forward to it. Well, am I looking forward to it? Not really. I am because it's, you know, it's a home game. I always like going to the games. But I'm not looking forward to it. Ashworth with a carry up to the 40. Borough now to Liam Knight. Takes it up to halfway for Hull FC. 4.5 minutes to go. Plays it 45 metres out. Last tackle, Borough out the back to Price. Kicks from halfway. Plenty of height on this one. Hodgson underneath it. Takes it cleanly. On his own 10. And takes it up to the 20. My heart and head says that we're not going to win. Hanley dragged back towards the 10. Plays it for a Pape. Now with Lamb, they're going to have a go here maybe. Wayward pass, where it comes up with McNamara in possession. Lamb. Now with O'Neill. I think I've got KR by 14 as well. I think I had 26-14 for KR. 26-12, sorry. Lamb. Ooh, pops up to Trout, but he's taken out off the ball. That probably should have been a penalty to Leigh, and it is. Do you think by a big score? Because I think it will be tight. If KR completely smashes tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just hoping that Sneed's kicking game and our effort areas are good enough. Because we have put in efforts recently. You know, Saints over the past few times we've played them. We've been the underdog, but we've played up to it. Against Wigan a few weeks ago at Magic, we played up to the occasion with a lot of big players missing. So if we can put in a shift like we did at Magic, then there's a chance. But in terms of attack, we just, like... I think we could maybe show defensive resilience, but it's just our attack has been a bit dodgy. Been up and down. Against Leigh, it looked decent. A scramble defence against Leigh was great. But, I don't know, it's just not enough consistency from Warrington. If we're going to perform well, in my head it's going to be in one area. Either we'll defend well or attack well. I don't think it's going to be both. There's rules about dragging teams, there's no limit. Didn't think you could drag anyway. I'm not too sure. I guess it would maybe be once the ball carrying arms down, but I'm not... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Trout with a carry up to the 10. We have 3 minutes to go. A try a minute, Leigh. Come on, you can do it. Easy. Easy stuff. Right to McNamara. Out the back to I was going to say McIntosh then, but it's not. It's Hodgson. I've been getting these wrong all day. Ipape on the 20. Now with Offengawi. Not much in that play. On the 20 still, Ipape to Mulhern. Across to Lamb. Pops up to Trout. Out the back to Hodgson. Lose possession. Backwards, though. I mean, that looks definitely backwards, but... I mean, still an absolute mess in possession. Oh, yeah, it might have been a knock-on, actually. Because he does move forward. The ball goes down. Yeah, that's a knock-on. Yeah, that's fair enough. 78 minutes on the clock. Man of the match in the stadium was given to Ipape. Any thoughts on man of the match in this game so far? I think Caesar is a good shout. I think SA is a good shout. Maybe Price. Who would you give man of the match to? A minute and a half to go. Any more points left in this game? Hull FC probably just going to see out the sets. Kick long. Price. Now to SA. SA with a carry through centre field. Bumps off Ipape. Switches back to Ashworth. Decent character with the 20. Offloads to SA. Tries to offload it. And it's gone forwards. Do you guys think that SA could be a sneaky shout for the England squad by the end of the year? Like, if he has looked really good the last few weeks. Do you think if he continues this, that SA is a chance for the England squad? I think yes. We will only see a bit more progress, but I think there is a chance. Lamb stepping up to the 20. Pape for Leigh is a stretch as he's been poor for FC, Caesar or SA. Yeah, Pape's had his good and bad moments. I think for Leigh, I would have given it Niu, if I'm honest. Hanley in possession. Liu fakes the ball out the back and just carries the ball himself. Only 20 odd metres out. Lamb chips the ball towards the sticks. There's a chase from Hodgson, but it's won by Lytton. Hooter is sounded. He's stopped, and that's going to be full time. I know there's going to be complaints about the ref. I know there is, but Leigh was shocking. Leigh were absolutely shocking in possession. So, I've got no sympathy. Well then. I think that was, completely earned by FC. Again, we can go into referee decisions all day, but I think that's a fair win for FC. Have I missed the donation here? Oh, no. No, we had 5. Okay, no, I've not. Right, I'm just dropping a few ads in, but I'm going to be ending the stream very soon. We've had 2 new members in Samarito and Tracy. We've had 2 donations from Kieran and Samarito. Greatly appreciated. So, folks, there will be a stream highlights video posted to TikTok either tonight or tomorrow. If you'd like to join the Kinetic Rugby League Discord, there's an invite link in the description. Follow me on TikTok as well, link is in the description. There'll be one more stream coming this week. It's going to be Cass vs Leeds. That's going to be starting at 2:15 on Saturday the 24th. But yeah. It is greatly appreciated, as always. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.